Okay, 10 albums released on Friday the 17th of May, 2024. I promise there will be 10 and not 9 as there were in the last video. So let's start with one of the best rated bands in death metal. In 2019, Kerrang! Magazine lauded them as the best upcoming death metal band in the world right now. And it listed 50 bands, and these were at number 1. We're talking about Gatecreeper, the US death metal band who come out with their new album. It's the third of their career, called Dark Superstition. I enjoyed the last EP that they put out, I think it was 2 years ago. This is a band that take old school death metal and have a bit of a crossover thrash aesthetic going on as well. So I've never really bought into the hype, but I do enjoy their music and looking forward to this. It's also their first album for the mammoth metal label Nuclear Blast. So always good to start with the big name release. Let's move on to album number 2. And it's an artist called Eigenstate Zero, the Malthusian, as in that Victorian English economist Thomas Malthus. And this is a self-release. The band are from Sweden and the genre is progressive death metal. It's a one-man project of Christian Ludvigsen, and this is the third album that is released in this name. We're going to stay with death metal. The third choice on this list, Nocturnus AD, Unicursal. Now, this really is a band that's severed from the Florida death metal band Nocturnus. This severance band formed in 1999 and released their debut album Paradox in 2019 to critical acclaim. Obviously, it features Mike Browning, who many of you will also know from Morbid Angel. And this is released by Profound Law, the highly respected underground dark metal label. Let's move on to the fourth album. I'm not sure how to pronounce this actually. Chompantli, Beating the Drums of Ancestral Force, Indigenous Death Doom. This is released via the prestigious label 20 Buck Spin. It's their sophomore album. They're an American band, and I believe that they write songs about pre-Hispanic Mexico. Indigenous Death Doom, everyone thinks of Sepultura roots, don't they, and that dreadful term ethnic metal. This is something that many people will probably lump into that. Give it a listen first before you make that judgment, and an easy comparison, especially considering that this is death doom metal, so it shouldn't really sound anything like Sepultura or Soulfly. Album number 5. Okay, I can understand if you get this wrong. Henry Kane, that's not Harry Kane, the Bayern Munich in England striker. The artist is called Henry Kane. The album is called Circle of Pain. He's from Sweden. It's released by Self-Made God Records, described as blackened grind crust music, and this is his third album since releasing his debut record in 2017. Blackened grind crust, what the fuck is that? I've got an idea, to be fair, and I think that's what influenced me to put it on this list. Number 6. This is a band that were once quite big, weren't they? Combi Christ, USA industrial metal band, 10th album of their career. The album is called Combi Christ, or CMBCRST. They've basically just taken the vowels out of that, haven't they? I don't even know how to pronounce that. What a stupid fucking album title. And it's released via Out of Line Music. Yeah, they released the debut LP in 2003. I know they've been on some high-profile tours as well. It's the project of one guy, isn't it, really, from Norway, who now resides in the United States of America. Let's move on to the 7th pick, Insanity Alert. Bohemian Tragedy, I think, is the play on Bohemian Rhapsody. This is Austria's finest crossover thrash band. They're now signed to Season of Mist. I guess they're Austria's answer to Municipal Waste. They've released 3 albums to date, including 2016's Moshburger. Number 8, we're going to Finland. The band is Lucidity, and the album is called Assyrian. Assyrian? Why is my pronunciation so bad today? This is described as melancholic progressive metal with elements of melodic death metal. Third album since releasing the first record in 2015, and that's released by Inverse Records. The 9th album, Alert, post-metal album of the week. I always choose one, don't I? This is a French band called Inner Landscape. The album is called 3H33, and it's released via Clonosphere Records, and I think also has some distribution from Season of Mist. It's post metal. I love this type of music. It's often traumatic and doleful, and it's basically music for the person who feels heroic after taking a bullet in their stomach, who wants to vent their spleen. So that's always going to get my attention. And then number 10, we always end, don't we, on the album I'm most looking forward to. This is a big name. It's a band that have been covered in Rolling Stone, despite their doom metal origins. And we're talking about Paul Bearer. And this is an album called Mind Burns Alive. I enjoyed the fourth album, 2020's Forgotten Days, which I think was the first release for Nuclear Blast. This also comes out on Nuclear Blast. Melodic death doom, gothic elements. There's even a bit of Smashing Pumpkins in the last two albums as well. So they've moved quite far away from their origins, but it's been a successful evolution. And I've no doubt that the critics will be lapping this up. I've not even heard the album yet, but I guarantee everybody will be reviewing it. So we're going to end this with Paul Bearer, Mind Burns Alive, and that comes out on Friday, the 17th of May, 2024.